My name is Abigail Murillo, and I will be reflecting on the organizations that I learned about in Costa Rica. So, the first organization is PANI and then MUSAD. I will begin by comparing and contrasting between PANI and CPS, which is Texas Protection Services. Beginning with PANI, which stands for Patrón Nacional de la Infancia, an institution focused on protection of child welfare and child rights. PANI was created in August 1930, but they did not focus on child rights until 1996. Their mission is to protect children's rights and advocating for political rights. One benefit of PANI is the reunification of child parents as its main goal. During the 6 months, PANI is allowing the parents to better themselves and follow through their services. One of the drawbacks of PANI is that they do not specify on the severity of the abuse or neglect. A child may be at risk during that 6 month period. So another drawback is the fact that the focus on child rights is only 20 years old and it's still developing. So an example will be what I learned while abroad was about the child who was killed even though they had made more than one report. So PANI's structure and workforce might be lacking in resources, might be lacking in numbers in the workforce, and the system is overall undeveloped. In Texas, there are no or low risk, low to moderate risk, moderate to high risk, and in the first option, the case may be closed without services. If the maltreatment was a one-time incident and the child is considered safe, then it's just closed. In the situation that the family is offered resources through other community-based sources and service systems. The low to moderate risk can include referrals to community-based or voluntary in-home child welfare services. This is determined by the CPS worker if he or she determines the family would benefit from the services and enhance the safety of the child, even if no abuse or neglect is detected. The family may still choose these services. With a moderate to high risk, a family may be offered voluntary in-home services. If the services are refused, the agency may reach out to the juvenile court for intervention. So upon this judicial determination, confirming abuse or neglect, in-home services are required, no longer voluntary. This is done if the child is believed to be safe after issues are addressed with in-home services. If the child was seriously harmed or at risk of serious harm, the court may order the child's removal. The child can be placed with a relative or foster care at that point. In severe cases or fatalities, police involvement is necessary. Criminal charges may be filed in court against the perpetrator of the child. Perpetrators who commit serious physical abuse and sexual abuse will be placed on state child maltreatment registry. Reasons of terminating parental rights include constructively abandoning the child who has been in custody of the Department of Family and Protective Services for no less than 6 months. The department has made reasonable efforts to return the child to the parent. The parent has not regularly visited or maintained significant contact with the child. The parent has demonstrated an inability to provide the child with a safe environment. Now, some of the exceptions include the child has been placed under the care of a relative. The state agency has documented in the case plan a compelling reason to believe that terminating the parent's rights is not in the best interest of the child. The state agency has not provided the parent with the services required by the service plan to facilitate safe reunification. So family reunification is the permanent set plan for most children, except for extreme circumstances. So one of the benefits of CPS is the levels of severity that have different standards and approaches to reunification with their families. The main objective is to keep the child with their parents, while providing services to the family. One of the drawbacks of CPS is the level of severity. At a lower level of severity, a child could be at higher risk if continued or escalated abuse with minimal or no supervision. While PANI focuses on child rights, another organization I learned about while abroad is MUSAD, an institution that focuses on women's rights, health, and development. MUSAD stands for Mujeres Unidas en Salud y Desarrollo, Women United in Health and Development. This women's organization was founded in 1986 to promote social justice for women and their community. Now, MUSAD is approaching school systems trying to eliminate future machismo. They're bringing groups of volunteers and social workers into the schools and prepare a PowerPoint presentation hoping that children will better shape their opinions about women's rights. My approach would be starting with the new generation to help break the cycle of machismo and related deaths to it. Offering programs to the school is a great idea to be able to educate young men and women of the dangers of violence and inequality. If this was something implemented in every school curriculum and accompanied by follow-ups with students who show signs of abuse or show signs of being an abuser, then perhaps the school could be a gateway to counseling. I would also spread awareness to women's social problems by developing flyers to post in local supermarkets, churches, schools, health centers to display current events of injustice and hate crimes towards women. Another strategy I would use is to raise awareness of women's achievements throughout history. For example, to teach students of medical breakthroughs, technological advancements, political achievements, to stray away from that idea that women can only live up to be a housewife. The organizations in Costa Rica hold strong leaders and are going through advancements. However, I do believe that there are many obstacles along the way. I believe it is everyone's duty to do something to help, even if it's just by spreading awareness to social issues.